Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Crusader Kings 2, the Winter King mod Let's Play. So last time around I asked you guys for some feedback in regard to how we could sort out our inheritance situation. The problem being that our nephew is currently our heir rather than our son. And while that in and of itself isn't a huge issue, his heir, King Mordred that is some random kid who I don't know, but he's not part of our dynasty. Apparently he's like the son of my cousin. So I guess it's one of Mordred's nephews, but this kid is, or this guy is not from our dynasty, so I don't know how that happened or why, but yeah. So that wouldn't be a huge issue. I mean, it means that his kingdom would fall out of our realm if that happened. The biggest problem with that is that his realm is basically like 95, or I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, but like 95% of our kingdom is his kingdom. So that would basically cost us everything. So we need to find him, or get him a new heir, or make him no longer our heir. Probably both. But I wanted to give a shout out to Field Commander because he suggested a cool idea that I hadn't really thought of, wherein we basically find a character, try to seduce her or knock her up, and then marry her off to him. And so he would not only have a son, but technically it would be King Arthur's son. And so he would be, more along my stat line, which is incredible, versus Mordred's, and he would be of the Pendragon dynasty, meaning that it would basically bump out whoever that kid was, and it should solve all of our problems. So we're going to go ahead and try that. I'll try to keep the clock rolling as much as I can today because we're trying to build back up our military so that we can finally conquer Kurnow. Again, we are stronger than them right now, but I'd prefer to have a little bit more of a buffer than like 400 men, especially if they can call in allies. So let's jump into, well, first things first, let's see if we have any options. I don't think that we do. So if we were to arrange a marriage between him, Morgause is the only one that could do that, and she's too old to have a child. Plus, I don't want to lose her. She's in my council. So then we turn to the character finder, and we're looking for women who are preferably not in prison, definitely not married. They can't be rulers because then they won't come join my court. Let's do all. They don't need to be in my realm. Preferably, let's start with Christian, and then we can work out from there. Culture doesn't matter to me. They need to be adults. And I'd prefer if they were of a great house, but I don't think that matters. So let's see. Let's sort by age here. No. So it's got to be basically from here down. She's a really good character. Augusta. She's too old for Mordred, but I actually wouldn't mind just having her around because she's pretty solid. So we'll invite her. Got nothing to lose from that. And then it looks like everybody else is 15. Great. Well, for Mordred, that's fine because he's 17, so they're roughly the same age. I guess I could use intrigue to invite somebody as well, so maybe I'll try that too. Let's see, Anna's pretty good, but she's Irish. I don't know if that'll matter. I don't think it will. As long as they're the same religion, I don't think anybody cares. We'll invite you. Anybody with like half decent stats. We got a 6 in diplomacy. That's not too bad. And let's see. You've actually got some potential. She won't come though. Will not join us. So you would be a decent spy master, but that's about it. Wow, you've got great stats. I'll definitely invite you. And is that about it? Pretty much. Papiona, you can come to... Oh, no, she can't. Is she already part of my court? Nope. I guess she just can't leave. For whatever reason. How about you? Okay, well, that's everybody I can bring into my court. Let's go this route as well. So we'll invite a lady to the court for 5 gold. Alright, are you any good? Not particularly. Oh, she's an idiot. Not very good, but I guess she's like an idiot savant because she's pretty good with coin. So let's see. Imprison, send gift, assassinate, honorary title, order to take the vows. Apparently, seducing is not an option in this mod, so I guess I can't do that. We can still try to arrange a marriage, though. Apparently, Lancelot really. Lancelot needs a wife. Apparently, like every king needs a wife. That's sort of, yeah, that's kind of surprising. Good, but then bad because we can't actually seduce her. So let's talk to Mordred. We'll go to arrange marriage, and I guess if he has a son of his own, that's still not too bad. He won't accept. So what is the issue here? She's lowborn, so the prestige effects are going to be pretty bad, yeah. Desires a better non-aggression pact. Well, the issue there is that's something that I can't fix. I can't offer a better non-aggression pact because none of these women are part of the Pendragon dynasty, so we won't have direct marriage ties. Plus, because we're of the same dynasty, me and Mordred, I don't know that we can have that anyways, because we're already family. I don't think we can agree on one of those. It's possible, but we would need a direct connection through marriage for it to happen. So it would need to be like my daughter or something. These randoms that we just brought in aren't going to do it. So I don't think that we can pull that off. Unfortunate, but it doesn't look like we can make that happen. But it was worth a shot. It cost us like, what, 5 gold in a little bit of time. So not a big deal there. Let's get the clock rolling. And that does remind me, though. Oh, wow, we're getting a lot of offers. She's going to accept our offer to come to our court. Somebody's trying to fabricate a claim on a high lordship. I'm not concerned about that right now. What do you want? You want to marry her. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, sure. I have no reason not to do that. So go for it. Okay. Emissary from the Pope. According to the emissary, we're employing pagans as advisors. Oh, that's a bit of an issue. Who is it? Guinevere. Yeah, that's kind of an issue. I'm gonna have to ignore this request. I can't tell my wife and Spymaster to, like, go kick rocks. If anything, I'll tell the Pope to go kick rocks. We're gonna lose 50 piety for that. He's gonna like me a little bit less. At least for, like, 5 years. Definitely not gonna lock her up. That's a terrible idea. I can banish her as well. That's, yeah, a bad idea. Or we could just remove her from the council, but I really don't have a suitable replacement. And I don't feel like upsetting my wife. And the most capable spy in my kingdom. Doesn't seem like a great idea. Mordred and Balin here would be decent replacements, but I'm gonna tell the Pope to go fly a kite. If it were someone other than my wife, I might consider it. So she's come join our court. But as I was saying, that does remind me that I think a lot of people in my court are unmarried. So it's something that we should probably sort out, because our court's going to shrink real quick when they start getting old. So let's arrange a marriage between yourself and... do you have family, by the way? No. Okay, so who's your heir? Regulus of... Somebody forgot to put in whatever that was. Right, so arranged marriage, you... And how about Augusta? You're lowborn, so it would be matrilineal. But that's fine. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, because then you'd have children of her dynasty, and... Yeah, that works. Although, they would have to work pretty quickly, because she is already in her 40s. So they have about 2 years. Not willing. She's past childbearing age. Really? I thought it was 45. Unless this mod changes it. I'm pretty sure it's 45. So that's not going to work. I don't think I can marry lowborn and lowborn, though. Yeah. Unlikely to have children? Maybe he's passed. Maybe they set it up for men as well. In the base game, or at least in the older versions of the base game, men could have children pretty much indefinitely. It was just a matter of whether or not the wife was young enough. But apparently not. So can't do that. That's unfortunate for you. Anybody else? Morphans, Ganval, 46. Yeah, I'll probably stay away from the older guys then if that's how that's working. Landval. You are highborn, so I can marry you to a lowborn wife. And you're fairly young, or young enough. So let's see. Lucretia of the Sea Palace. She is a lord, so that's not a great idea. You're pretty good, but let's see. I'd rather stick with somebody in my court. That's kind of why I brought them in. Well, besides, with dealing with Mordred, which didn't work out. But now I have a bunch of like young women in my court that I need to do something with. So, let's see. How about Anna? It doesn't look like they'll decline it. So why not? It's been a marriage. Apparently I have to pay for it. That's kind of lame. One day, passing by a monastery, you come upon a monk sitting and painting in a field. You observe his work and marvel at the composition, the colors, and the fine brushstrokes that bring the simple canvas to life. This monk is truly an artistic prodigy. Pay to gain some prestige. I don't need prestige that badly. She accepts my offer. I could have married you to him as well, but I guess too late now. I can marry her to somebody else, though, I'm sure. There's got to be other members of our court. We have a new heir. Oh, nice. So my son is now my heir. That solves, like, one problem. That solves the lesser of the two problems, though. And then she's going to come join our court as well. As will she. And her, apparently. Let's slow this down in a second, because I want to figure out who I have here. So you're lowborn, and you need a wife. You are my theologist. If you're a priest, can you even get married? I mean, I know the answer to that in real life. I don't know the answer in this mod. It would appear that he can, but I probably won't bother. I also can't marry lowborn to lowborn, so in his case it won't matter. Regulus, you're lowborn, so that's problematic. You're not particularly great, so I might be able to arrange a marriage to somebody else. Yeah, these are all landholding women, so he would go off to their kingdom, but as he is not contributing anything to mine, I don't really care. She's a priestess. Are they all priestesses? It looks like it. Let's go with her. Yeah, why not? Would it be matrilineal in this case? Like, does she have... I don't know. I'm curious. I want to know, like, do you have... Let's see if I can get... Never mind. This is becoming difficult. I just wanted to see if she was part of a noble house or not, but it's being difficult, not letting me see that. So we'll arrange the marriage between him and... Oh, that's not the way I wanted to do that. Okay, click on him, arrange marriage, here we go. Nope, that's still not right. Why is it being difficult now? There we go, it's gotta be this one. Why is that... Like, why is clicking it here different than clicking it here? That's so strange. Anyways, we'll do it matrilineally because I don't want people of House Lowborn. That's not going to get me anything. No reason to do that. So, what about you? You are highborn, but you might be too old. That is my concern. Let's see. You're part of a different faction. I could marry you off to somebody else. Get you out of my court. You're pretty loyal, though. I don't really have any desire to do that. 40, so you've got a slightly better chance of having children. 42. You guys brothers, by chance? It would appear so. Okay, well, I could send you off elsewhere. I don't know that I should, though. So let's do it this way. And I'll pair you with maybe her. It's been a marriage, I'll have to pay for it, but that's not a big deal. And then with you, I'll do the same. Hopefully, this is early enough where they might have children. And is that about it for my court? Ganval, you're 46, you're too old, I think. Let's see. More fans was too old as well. Landval we already got. Got you two. So aside from this guy, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I don't really need to keep him around. Although it might be nice to build up House Farchog. So let's see. I guess I could marry him to one of these ladies and just let that be that. Let's see. He's got pretty good stats, so I'd prefer not to marry him to somebody... Or he's got pretty poor stats, so I'd prefer not to marry him to somebody really good and block a future pairing that might be more advantageous. So, marry her. She's pretty terrible. And we'll see what happens. Right, so let's keep that clock moving. We're about to be raided. Where are you going to land? Is it going to tell me? If I had to guess, I'd say probably here. That or that. So call up the levies. Maybe start marching there. See what they decide to do. Oh, we got a marriage offer. Alright, I gotta pay for that. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of her dynasty. So she's lowborn as well. I guess that didn't matter. Right. Oh, well. Who do you want to marry? You want to marry her. Aaron when? I'd prefer not to because I don't gain anything from that. If he marries her, he gets a wife. I don't get a better chance at an alliance or anything. Also, I'm eventually going to conquer him, so even if I did, I don't know that that would really help me in any way. So I'd prefer to keep her around to marry to my vassals or people in my court rather than marry her off to a king. So I'll decline that. Plus, she's got pretty good stats, and I'd like to keep her around. He might be traveling to where you are, actually, so stay there. I'm not too sure. It's been a marriage. Congratulations. The Pope has died, so I guess it didn't matter that we told him to go piss off because he's already gone. We did lose piety, of course, but the new Pope seems to like us just fine. Okay, so we were in the right spot. Oh, it looks like Mordred took back his position there. That's fine. I imagine once our son gets a little bit older, he'll probably gain some ground on him. Part of the issue now is he's a kid. His stats aren't very good because of that. And let's see. His wife's got pretty awesome stats. We spent a while picking her out, so their children should be pretty good. And if he's pretty good, I imagine he won't have any trouble getting voted to the top. Okay. A new apostolic nuncio of Ecclesia Britannia. What does that mean? Okay, so this isn't actually the Pope. Got it. This is like a he's a papal legate. So he's basically like the Pope's underling in charge of Britain, France, and Ireland, apparently. Congratulations. So he's the head of the Catholic faith in this region. He wants to marry her. No, I'm just going to keep declining you, pal. Let's go ahead and disband you guys. You... I was going to say, like, Lancelot, aren't you already married? I'm going to decline that again. Okay, apparently I'm like hoarding all the young women in the realm. Yeah, there's another one. You're not that great. The thing though is they're 15, so they don't even have all their stats yet. Abandoned. Okay. Interesting. So I think that's the king of like roughly France in this case. Yeah. Like northern France. He's dealing with a lot right now apparently, but he has converted to Christianity. So good for him. Not that I really care, but in terms of character, like role playing, I care. Interesting news. Reconquered from the Franks. I don't know what's happening there. Apparently, this whole kingdom fell apart, and now they're a bunch of like pagan tribes. Hellenic? What the hell? That's interesting. What religion are you? Oh, Imperial pagan, right? So I think they're like Roman pagans. You're Christian, obviously. I would assume, yeah, like, you know, Mars and Jupiter and all those guys. Would you leave me alone? Good, he's mastering swordsmanship. Is this guy... He's a pretty good character. I don't want to marry her off, though. If they make that offer again with somebody different, I might consider it. A new load of books arrived, and I can barely fit the new books in the overcrowded library. Maybe it's time to build a new one. Guinevere would not like that. Why not? She doesn't like to read? Sell the books I've already read. We lose the trait Scholar. I do feel I have enough books now. We gain the trait Content. That's bad. We don't want that. That can really get in the way of our conquering. Why can't I just spend some money and build another library? Like, why is that not an option? It's up here. Guinevere would not like that. Well, Guinevere might have to take one for the team here because I don't want to lose Scholar or gain Content. If anything, I want to be ambitious. We don't have that, so yeah. Sorry, Guinevere. I don't think she really mind that much. How are we doing on our military? It looks like we're up to about 2,000, so I think we can handle them now. My prisoner, blah blah blah, is complaining about... I could just kill you. You are a pagan. Nobody would mind. Will anybody pay for your ransom? Apparently he's his own lord and he can't afford it. I will free you out of the kindness of my heart. If I can. Let's see. Under house arrest? No. Fine. Put him under house arrest and I'm just gonna let him go. So let's see. That was you. Go ahead and free you. I don't think any of these guys can be ransomed, so I'm just gonna let them all go. Right then. I believe we have a war to fight. So let's declare war on you. Under the subjugation of Kernau. And that will essentially just make him my vassal. If we win, which is potentially problematic. Especially considering that his heir is Mordred, and so Mordred could become even stronger. But I can't afford to just like not do that. I guess I could start here and take Lancelot. But Lancelot would hate me. But at the same time, it would be nice to have Lancelot as a chancellor. He's not gonna like this. But I could declare war to subjugate him. And that would be fairly straightforward. Huh. That is tricky. Because I imagine I could probably just leave this. This guy's getting fairly old. 76. If he dies, Mordred inherits that, and that might just fall to us anyways. So there's really no reason to attack him, if that's going to happen. Unless, of course... Yeah, so King Arthur becomes King Mark's new liege. So there's no reason to do that, because if he dies, it becomes ours anyways. Well, it becomes Mordred's, which makes it fall under us, but... Over here, that's not the case. So let's go ahead and declare war here. He's going to hate me for a little bit, but we can try to build back up the relations through bribes and whatnot. That does remind me, though. How strong are you? Oh, you're even weaker. Okay. We didn't even need to wait. Yeah, declare war to subjugate. Let's go ahead and call up our forces. We'll raise everybody. You guys can all meet right there. Let's see what they decide to do. I imagine they won't do much other than just sit there. Okay, they've all been released as I wanted. Alright, let's move it. I want this war over quick. He's turning into an arrogant little braggart, huh? Might have to rein him in. So he will either become proud, which, let's see, what's that looking like? So just plus a little bit of prestige per month. That's not too bad. We could make him lose the trait proud. We could tell him that pride goeth before a fall and maybe make him humble, which would up his diplomacy. Not a bad option. Or we can just pray. Well, I kind of like this one. There's nothing wrong with being proud, other than occasionally some people might not. Actually, no, that it's not even like ambitious, where some people won't like you. There's really no negative to that. There is no negative to that, but humble is better. So if we could make him humble, that would be nice. But if he's proud, I don't really mind. Let's try for it. So we got neither. That's the worst thing that could have happened. Blah, blah, blah. Great, we got raiders. Come on. I don't have time for that. Go ahead and merge and move in. Lancelot, I wish you would just, make this easy on both of us. Crushing victory. Severus was captured. And I think all we have to really do is sit here and besiege this. Once we besiege the capital, I imagine they'll just surrender. I could probably assault it. That might be a poor decision, though. Oh, good. We got raiders coming from over here, too. They've already left. So, oh well. Maybe they'll raid him. I wouldn't mind that. Alright, so looks like a couple of days is all we need. Rowena has arrived at my court. For what reason? Claims you'd be a better diplomat. Where did you just come from? You would be a better diplomat. That's true. You are apparently of the Censorious dynasty, which I reckon. Okay, so you're their brother. Give Lanval a chance to improve, because basically Lancelot's going to become our. I'm only going to do that because Lancelot will become a vassal of ours, and I can give Lancelot the position of Chancellor, and I will, because he's better than this guy. So there's no reason to give it to him if I'm just going to take it away a little bit later. So, yeah. Lanval will heal of our patience. And then he will learn the truth of our patience in a couple of days. Almost there. Okay. Siege of Caradon Hill is over. I'll be merciful and let them leave. Okay, so with the defenses broken and Caradon Hill fully occupied, the settlement is at our mercy. It's time for us to decide whether to sack, pillage, and burn, or whether to preserve the land, be merciful towards the current occupants. So I can be nice, gain some prestige and some piety, maybe become temperate. I can burn it, which could be considered cruel or just, or loot everything of worth, which costs me piety. Let's go for the piety. We could use it. Wouldn't mind being temperate as well. And I don't want to upset him. He's already not going to like me for this, but we want him to. Apparently that wasn't enough. So let's take one more castle here out. What was that? I didn't see that. It's been released? Okay. I didn't catch what that was. We can call in allies, but I have no desire or need to do that. How far along are we here? Not very. Let's get rid of that. Something's happening here. Defense is broken. Yeah, again, will be nice. And is that enough? 91%. So let's finish off the rest, or the remainder of their army. What's happening here? Mordred is fighting somebody. But who? Let's see. Hostile towards King Godric of... due to being raided. Oh, it's a raiding party. Okay. Well, maybe I can help them out before they get defeated. Oh, wrong place. Oh, did Mordred just win that? I think he did. Right, come back here, wipe them out, and we'll call it victory, and that is the remainder of his army. We captured Tristan, which is one of the Knights of the Round Table, I believe. Along with Lancelot himself, will offer peace. We have successfully subjugated them, and now I finally have a vassal that's not Mordred. Namely Lancelot here. Apparently he likes me. That's cool. Wow, yeah. So apparently just all our badass stats made that a lot easier. It just completely overshadowed the fact that... Oh, interesting. So Oath of Fealty. Apparently if they give their Oath of Fealty, it's a plus 50. So basically the war didn't even matter. I will give you an honorary title. I'll make you Master of the Horse, maybe? Yeah, I'll make you Master of the Horse. And then I will appoint you my Chancellor, because you're by far the most competent. Prefer you don't lead armies, but I'm sure there are times where that might change. And then I forget where we were trying to claim. I think it was there. I think it was this one. I don't know that I necessarily need to do that. You know what? Now that these guys are all splintered and fractured, maybe I'll start working on claims on like these provinces here. So let's see. Fabricate a claim. Oh, I can't. I think it was that one then. Go ahead and do that. Right, so let's disband our army. There's no reason to keep it up at this point. And so now we have 2 vassals. That's good. And as soon as this guy croaks, we'll have, well, not another vassal, but we'll have all of his land. So basically next on our list is Gwent. This is going to take a little bit more time and effort to conquer because right now they are a bit stronger than us. Actually, no, we've got them slightly beat. It's very, very close. But once this is at full capacity, we'll have roughly double what they can muster. And so it should be fairly straightforward. It will take longer to win, but we can declare war and basically subjugate the whole thing as we did before. So it's not we don't necessarily need to conquer province by province. We just need to get 100% war score and we'll get the whole thing. And we'll probably continue up the western part of Britain doing that until we have everything that we can take through subjugation, and then we'll have to piece by piece the eastern part where we have to fabricate claims. But I don't think that'll be too difficult. So I'm going to leave it here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Crusader Kings 2 with you, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.